so that should bring us online. So hopefully it's working. Let me just make sure that we're good to go here. So that should bring us online. Or not. Yeah, we're good. Just make sure that we're good. Okay. Let's see if I can get it so I can see the chat. So let me just make sure the audio is okay here. See if I can get it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I got a couple of things today that we need to take a little bit of a look into here, I guess. I've got a couple different pieces of equipment now, and I'll just bring it all over. So we got another shipment of supplies. This time it's from Paul. And we've got a couple of different balloons. So we've got our 200-gram balloon, which is our normal balloon, 350-gram balloon. It's a little bigger, not a lot. And then we've got some different colored 100-gram balloons. So we have black and red. So the whole reason behind this is so that they're more visible on camera. So we're going to test those out. But the problem, and it's not a problem, but the problem is, let me switch cameras here and then verify. Hold on, I want to make sure that we still hold the audio. Switch cameras here and then verify. Hold on 1 second. Still hold the audio. And then verify. 1 second. Still hold the audio. Okay, we're closely synced. We're close enough synced anyway. It's good enough. So the difference here, and I've got one of these opened. Obviously, we have a smaller balloon. It's about half the size of our regular 200-gram balloons, but we have a tiny neck. It's exactly 1/2 the size of the typical neck, which we use this size filler on. So I'm temporarily modifying this. So I have some better air hose coming. This is not the stuff I like to use. I like to use that green Flexzilla stuff. It's way better. It's way nicer. So we're going to kind of cannibalize this temporarily. So we need to pull this filler adapter off because we're going to use just the hose. And then when that Flexzilla hose comes tomorrow, we'll build a new hose for this one, for this size balloon. We're going to make it longer. So this is going to have to come off anyway. And the reason being is, coincidentally, this is the same outer diameter as the air tube. Like, you can't get any easier than that. So we don't even need to do an adapter piece. So we're gonna see what we can do with that. And this balloon's probably gonna get flown first because my hands have been all over it. But a couple of things to note. We have to figure out what we're going to do for a weight. There's probably not going to be any chance at launching this today. So I have to figure out what we're going to do for our weights. So our typical weight is this. And this is how we know when the balloon is full, basically. This thing, let me weigh it, because I think it's 500 grams, but I'm not for certain. You'll notice a little bit of an audio desync on this camera. Let's see, so we're at, I don't know if you can see it there, but we're at 0. 521. I think that's about right, because I think I aimed for like 520, so we're pretty close to what I would want there. So we need to do some calculations here. Whiteboard. They do a couple of calculations here to figure out what we need to make for a weight, because those balloons are going to require way less gas, and we don't have to account for this 100-gram nuisance on there anymore. So I'm going to go into, hold on a second. I'll do this because I don't know what's open in my browser right now. Okay. So we're just going to use the SondHub burst calculator. It's just really easy. I want to weigh one of our radio sonds, and I don't know what oh shoot, it's in here. Hang on. I want to weigh one of our intermet sonds, and I know they're about 100 to 120 grams, but I just want to get a weight. I want to get a precise measurement on that. It's not that I don't trust intermet, it's just I don't know if they're rounding, which they very well could be. So we're just going to throw it on the scale and see what happens here. I'm going to try to bundle this thing up so it's not touching. I think they're using a little guitar string here for the antenna, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to just... 110. Interesting. Did I have it zeroed? $110. Okay, so the sond is 110 grams. So let's note that here. So sond is 110 grams. I thought it was 120, but I'll take every 10 grams we can get. And then we probably should weigh some string here. So let me pull out roughly how much string I think that we would use on a normal launch. Now I'm sure this is going to amount to like 2 grams, but I don't know how much cotton string weighs. Let me make sure that that did switch our camera over. I'm not sure if it did, because I don't know if that one's working right now. Oh, it is, okay. So I'm just gonna tie this string off to the table. And I'm just gonna walk it, because I know that the building here is about 50 feet. And it's probably with a sond like this, with the small balloon, as much as we're going to use. But I'm going to get out some extra here so that we can wheel it outside here if/when we launch. Eventually, that way I'm not wasting it. And then we're going to weigh the string. I don't know if anybody wants to guess how much this string weighs. I'm sure it probably weighs, I'm guessing 6 grams. Like, we probably shouldn't even worry about factoring it into the calculation. I'm just trying to get as precise as we can, because the more precise that we are here, the more tolerance we have later. And I'm trying to really save money in helium, so there's no reason to overfill. And I think I am over, I have a feeling we've actually got a lot of weight here on this string, because as I'm wrapping it around my hand, it's actually starting to feel pretty heavy. So we might be shortening the string up a little bit. But we've got that extra 10 grams that we don't have to worry about on the sond, so that gives us 10 extra grams of string. If we go off my calculations from earlier. So moment of truth. All right, I'm guessing 5 grams. Yeah, 10. 12. Okay, that's definitely more than I wanted. But that's okay, because we're saving that 10 grams off of the sond, so that's not bad. So we're up to, basically our payload is, see, we're not, this isn't something I'm going to put a parachute on. That would not work with this configuration. So that puts us up to 122 grams. So we're just going to round up and say 125, I think is a pretty safe bet. So if we go over here into the SondHub predictor, which is going to be fine. Payload mass, we're going to go 125. And for balloon, we're just going to pick the Kmont 100, because that's what it is. And we want roughly 5 meters per second. I will, with a smaller balloon like this, I will accept 4, but nothing lower than 4. Because we don't have any issues with the data under 4, but I'd really like to see it closer to 5. But let's see it. Let's just put in 5 meters per second and see what it comes up with. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not. Okay, so burst altitude is 14,851, and I don't know how many meters that is, or feet that is. How many feet is 14,851 meters?
14,851 meters is roughly 47,000.
Okay, so this will put us at about 47,000 feet, which is fine for this application. Um, with a neck lift of 420 grams, about 18 cubic feet of helium, which is good. And it'll take about 45 minutes to an hour to actually burst, so I'm okay with that. Um, yeah, okay. Hold on, I'm just checking my math here. All right, so I just put this into another calculator that I have just to double check it. More so on the lift because that might be right. It seems like a different answer than I had before though, so I just want to double check it. I guess that's about right because my other calculation had 430 grams. So, okay, so basically what that means is this weight obviously is way too heavy. That's meant for a 200-gram balloon. So we need to build one of those that weighs 420 grams. So that weighs 520 grams, but it really weighs 620 grams because this piece here weighs 100 grams. So this combined with the weight weighs about 100 grams. I am not factoring in the hose. It's too big of a variable. So basically here's what we do to compensate. I mean, this hose, when this adapter is not on here, is probably gonna pull maybe 50 grams on it. It's very lightweight and airy, especially that Flexilla hose. So basically what we do, we fill it up. As soon as it starts pulling that weight off the table, we wait a couple of seconds and then turn it off. And it is what it is. The other way to do it, we've got an automatic filler, but I'm not trying to, we're not going to launch these 100-gram balloons from here, so there's no reason to calibrate the weight, the little disc weights on that. We need to make this appropriate for mobile launch, so we're just going to go with a 420-gram weight, and then it'll just be standard procedure to slowly reach over and turn off the gas and let it have just a little bit extra to compensate for the hose. It'll be fine. So I've got some project enclosures here that I figured we can use for our weight thing. So first things first, I need to figure out, hold on. Hang on one second. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, the viewer count said I had 6 people watching, and I'm like, oh no, did I mess something up? So anyway, I need to figure out how much one of these things weighs. And then we have to figure out if I even have enough ballast to fill it. So one of these plastic boxes weighs 39 grams. I have a feeling we're gonna probably have 2 of them on there. So we're at about 80 grams for 2 of those. but I've got some other pieces that go along with it. And we're gonna have 8 screws. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Okay, so we're up to 90.6. So now the question is going to become, how much weight can we stuff in those things to make them heavier? Ooh. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I thought I really messed up bad there. Okay. So, what was I doing? Shit, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I need to find something to stuff in there. Oh boy. So I've got, I know this is kind of dumb, but I got wing nuts. Well, I guess I'll just keep you on that camera. So I bought this package of assorted hardware to fill up the other ballast because I can't use sand. Everybody's always like, put sand in it. I can't put sand in it because it'll get wet. It'll just be a mess. So we have to use something like wing nuts, I guess. Why not? So I'm still practicing with our camera transitions here. Yeah, I would love to launch today, but it's getting dark and I really don't want to put a glow stick on it because that's just going to drag it down a bit. So, all right, so let's see how much we can actually fit in here. And the reason I went with the wing nuts is because it was cheap at Harbor Freight, and it was like $3 for this whole package, and it's already made 2 weights, so. Oh yeah, we're gonna be all right. That's 150. $205, we're halfway there. We're gonna be cutting it close. 244. We need about 200 more grams. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna come up with that, but. I get in the hole. Oh, Jesus, finally that heat turned off. Yeah, sorry about the slight audio desync. I gotta adjust the audio delay, but it's only about a half a second off. Well, that's uneventful, so I need more hardware. Oh, shoot. What am I gonna do? I would imagine somewhere around here I've got some hardware we can part with. I do. This is just going to be the easiest way to do this. Stack everything on there. Oh boy. Anyway, okay, so we need about 100 more than that. I'm going to fill this with hot glue too so it doesn't rattle around. Oh, shoot. We're going to have, well, I wonder how much the hot glue is going to freaking weigh here. All right, I'm running out of random junk to put in here, guys. It's at 413. I wonder. Let me go grab the hot glue. Yeah, I'll grab the hot glue and then I'll put the hot glue gun, plug it in, because I don't know how much the hot glue weighs, but it might get us there. Again, I'm trying to be precise, because if we're precise now, then it lets me have a higher tolerance later and mess things up later on. So just your standard glue sticks here. I don't know how much a glue stick weighs. We're at 413. So about 3 grams. Exactly 3 grams ish. Okay. All right. Let's just throw one of these big ones in there. This precise method. There we go. Oh, that's 423. Ooh. Let's take out 2 of those. Okay, give me one of those back. All right, we're gonna roll with it. And just fill this thing with freaking hot glue. Because I'm not listening to that. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I swear to God, some days. I need an extension cord. Yeah, reading's hard, I know. All right, I'm just gonna bring the hot glue gun over. It's not gonna hurt nothing. This thing takes forever to heat up too. So as long as we don't put more than 3 glue sticks worth of hot glue in this, we're probably fine here. All right, I think it's hot enough. I'll deal with it. It's fine. Come on. All right, so that's roughly one. We're gonna put roughly a stick in here. I probably, if I had my little crack torch, I don't know where it's at, I would just heat it up with the crack torch. Just something so this don't rattle, and then I'll put some like cotton balls or something in there. I don't know. Give it a fighting chance here. All right, I totally overestimated how impactful the hot glue was going to be. Yeah, we need to stuff that with something. Oh shit, there goes the hot glue gun. God, I'm not doing very good today. I keep them away from the freaking balloons. My luck would fall in there and screw that all up. I really don't want to use paper, but I got some like packing material. That should be fine. Probably what I should just use in the first place. We probably just overcomplicated this. Does that make sense? Or is that dumb? Yeah, that'll be fine. So I need to find a tiny little freaking screwdriver that'll fit that, because that is really small. All right, and I found one, so that's a first. Found it on the first try. Yeah, I'm not going to do the hot glue method. That's just a pain in the ass. The world's worst screwdriver right here. Yeah, every time I do something like this, though, somebody's always telling me, "Oh, just fill it with dirt, fill it with sand," and that will not work. It doesn't matter how good you seal it; it's gonna leak. It's gonna be a mess. When water gets in here, the worse it does is rust. You know, who cares? I think this is galvanized anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. But still rattles a bit, but I mean, it don't have to be perfect. I just didn't want it sounded like loose change. Wow, this is the shittiest little project box I've ever had. It's not even biting at all. Alright. I'm gonna play that game, shove a bunch of glue in the crack and call it good. Alright, I'm gonna put this in the vise here to hold it. We'll let that dry, it'll be fine. Probably need to weigh this. Should have done that. Just a little over 420, so I'm happy with that. But I'm gonna try to do this one a little better. And yes, that's correct. I can buy weights. That's correct. You know, I could probably spend $300 on precise weights for this, or we could just do it this way for like $30. Because weights are expensive. So what we're doing is perfectly fine. Next about 420, give or take. Throw that in there. 420, 423. Plenty. I think we're just going to stuff this with shipping material and call it a day. It'll be fine. It's going to rattle a little bit, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Actually, hold on. I got to drill a hole in this one. I forgot about that. So we need a hole in this one. Alright, center is like right about there, I think. Alright, I'm trying to not drill through my hand. Okay, well, we did that without drilling through my hand. That's great. I was hoping I had some more. I need some string to make a loop. Not seeing any. Kind of like how this. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's okay. Kind of like how this has that loop. I need to do that. I guess we can borrow it. Shoot. Well, now we got a problem. I didn't think about this. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah, I didn't think this far ahead, apparently. Well, that's a problem. Oh, I should have something. I bet we could use some zip ties. Alright, I got a plan. I don't know if it's a good one, but I got a plan. It's probably better than string, so somebody's probably going to have a fit about this. It's not how you do it. Guess what? It is now. Alright, let's not be dumb. It's a little too big now, though. That's what she said. Okay, so if I get a washer, I don't know if I have one, handy or not. If I get a washer, we're set. Yep, right there. Alright, looks like we're pretty much good to go now. So, how do I want to do this? See? That'll work. Wish I had a bigger washer, but it's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And then we'll tape all this together and see how close we got it to the target weight. Oh, these screws are just terrible. Absolutely terrible. God, it hurts your hand. The world's shittiest screwdriver right here. Made for like fixing your glasses, I think. I am missing a screw. All right, I'll roll with that. All right, let's see how close we are. $428. That's fine. That's fine. So I'll be fine with that. So I just need tape. And we'll probably increase that weight a little bit, but it's good to overfill these just a little bit because usually when we're launching them, it's windy. So it's good to overcompensate just a little bit here anyway. Like I'd rather overfill it than underfill it, but I'm trying to, keep it as accurate as we can so that we don't waste our gas because it's really expensive. The helium's no joke right now. So I'm just taping these two together. Just like how I did that other one. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be pretty, it's just a weight. That's all it does. It does nothing of any scientific value other than tell us when the balloon is full. The way that it looks or what it's made out of does not matter. All right, there we go. See how much we added with the tape. I think it's about the same. Oh wow, we added 15 grams with the tape, didn't we? Wow. Okay, whatever. That's fine. It's good. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, let me see if it's dark out. Yeah, it's dark out. Yeah, well, I'm not. All right, well, I don't have the money to be spending these, so if we launch it, I have to be in a position where we can like record it for video promotion and stuff. So I can't launch that at night. I can't do anything with it at night. So we're gonna have to wait for a later date on that one. Paul doesn't think that I can tell which one of these is heavier. Oh man, those are actually, all right, maybe he's right. We might need to label these, hang on. Because these are very, very similar. That's 521, 438. To me, this one almost feels heavier. I got some stickers, I don't have any masking tape. Let's just do A and B for right now, just for future reference. I had some mailbox stickers. Good enough. All right. So now I got some other stuff to show you too. Just hang on. I just got to make sure I get everything that I'm supposed to have in that box. Actually, in that box. There we go. Because I've got glow sticks, so we can do a launch at night. But the glow stick itself weighs 24 grams. So that surprises me. I actually thought it would be a lot heavier. So we could probably make it work, but again, the budget is tight right now. So we're trying to not waste these. Because if we wait until tomorrow, then we can actually kind of make use of it more than if we just launch it out. I really wanted to launch tonight just to test, because I really want to see how those 100 grams do with this configuration. I mean, I know they'll do fine. I just would really like to see what we get out of them. But I'll have to wait till tomorrow, which is fine. It's a problem with it getting dark so damn early out here. But I got more stuff I'm going to show you guys here. Just give me 1 second. I gotta put some of this crap back. If you're just joining, thanks for joining. If you want to support what we're doing, you can find the GoFundMe link pinned in the top of the chat. We would really appreciate some of your help, folks. We've had a lot of people donate on the GoFundMe for our science mission this year, but we're still a long ways away from that goal, but we're definitely getting there pretty quick. So if you've been involved in that, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not buying these project boxes ever again. I'm going to buy the other ones that I use. I don't like these really cheap ones. They are junk. So we'll save the string. We'll use the string tomorrow. And the same with the sonde. I'm not even going to put it back in the box. I'm just going to set it right in there. So we'll just leave that for tomorrow. What I can show you, let me go grab it. I'll grab that portable ground station that I want to test here. So this is the main reason I want to do some sort of a launch as I walk into the other room, and I know you can't see me. So this is a prototype that works perfectly fine. It just looks like hell. The next one that I build will look a lot nicer. This first one just looks terrible. Let me switch cameras. Okay, so this looks a little bit like hell because I kind of chewed up where the LCD screen goes in, but this is just a Harbor Freight Pelican case, basically. with a couple of components. This will all be cleaned up on the next one, but power switch, obviously, and this is a BNC connector for the RF. And the inside of this is really, really shitty looking. So, but understand it's function over form. And this was mainly just a test. And then a USB-C connector there to charge. So basically, what this is, I guess it doesn't look that bad. It's just a hot glue mess. This is the back of the LCD. This is the switch. And then this is the RF connector. Back in here, I need to shine a light on that, don't I? Back in here is the SDR. So that's the radio, that's the receiver, the radio receiver. These are the wires that just control the LCD. This is the brain. This is the little Linux computer. And then there's a cellular modem right there. Right here behind this cable, right there. And then under the computer, there's a battery. And it says LTE is bad, which it should switch here in a second. It takes it a good second to boot up, so it gives status messages on the display like that. And I'm a little bit, I wonder if we actually might not have signal in here at all. That might be our problem. So this is on AT&T, and oftentimes I don't get signal in here like at all. So it might not ever switch. But when it's ready, it'll say, you know, connection ready. And then it will read out your telemetry on here. It'll say the ID of the sun, latitude, longitude, temperature, and all that, so you can verify it. Up there it is right there, LTE good, ready to transmit. And it said should switch over into the operational mode here. There it is, yep. So portable ground station A, signal lost. It's because there's no SON. It has no signal. So then all you got to do is stick the antenna on it like this. And now you've got a system that does not need to be built into a vehicle. Hell, you could leave this somewhere. But somebody could actually just put this in the front seat of their car. And I mean, the thing with RF, guys, we're at such a high altitude up there that everything's line of sight. You know, even this thing sitting inside of a car is gonna be fine most of the time. But this is also good because it allows us to have some people that might not be equipped with the proper equipment, like me and Zach, and then most likely Aiden, I guess, have this stuff built into vehicles. But if there's somebody that's helping us or involved with us that doesn't have a receiver on their vehicle, but we either need to do a launch from their vehicle or we need them to track something for us, you just build several of these and you hand them one of those, and it's all there. The cellular's built in. The receiver's built in. All you have to do is turn this on and just leave it alone. Like, don't touch it. Just leave it alone. That's all you got to do. So we'll have a couple of those. They're pretty nice. Anyway, okay, so, oh shit, I need that. Okay, anyway, So that's that. That's basically. I really wanted to go out and launch one of these, but it's not the balloon. It's not the. It's not really the balloon. It's not the stuff that attaches to the balloon. It's the sonde that's expensive, and the gas. I got hot glue on the table. Shit. There we go. So I don't really think that we're gonna launch until tomorrow because we can set up some cameras tomorrow and actually look at the launch. I guess I could look at the chat real quick. All right, let me check. Let me see what's going on here real quick. That was kind of the main show right there, and I can't even open this. What is going on? What's going on? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could have like a magnetic mount. We couldn't use a CB antenna; it would just kill it. But I mean, there's no reason we couldn't get a magnet mount antenna, which I probably have over here. Yeah, right here. So if you have a magnetic base, um, that's like a 450 megahertz antenna. It would be close enough. Little NMO base with a, 15 feet of cable on it and a BNC connector, and somebody could slap it on the top of the car. But that needs to be a self-contained unit, is the thing. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason we couldn't do that. But the thing with something like this is we really don't want to start. The problem is the second you start overcomplicating things. I mean, you're handing this equipment to somebody who might not have a clue how to plug their phone into the charger, let alone anything. Did I just scratch this table? No. Okay, we're good. I thought I just scratched the shit out of it. It was just like a mark. We're good. I was about to cry. Whatever. I don't know. But we don't want to overly complicate it because I could see some idiot trying to put a magnetic mount antenna on an aluminum car or something. I shouldn't say that, but it's just like it's a mistake I would do. It's just easier to have a self-contained unit because we don't need other people to have permanently installed equipment. I really don't even need those. It's more of just a nice to have kind of thing. But I don't know, guys. That actually might be about it. I just wanted to. The original thought was I was hoping um, that we would be able to go and try to launch something, but it's pretty much pitch black out already. We can try to predict where tomorrow's launch is going to go. We can do that real quick if you look at the screen. Shoot, I can't. For fuck's sakes. Oh, this freaking iPad. I'm zoomed in and I can't, like. I can't zoom back out. Like I'm permanently zoomed in here. Oh, these people, whoever made this SoundHub website, did not isolate the map from the rest of the page. Hang on 1 second. Oh man, these guys are killing me. They didn't isolate the map in its own frame. Okay, so I just am curious where tomorrow's launch might go. So we can use their predictor here. Okay, roughly right about there. Launch altitude, I think it's like 265 meters ish. Let's just say let's just say 18Z. Probably around 1 o'clock, maybe. All right, so there's our prediction. So it's probably gonna hit somebody on the head in Milwaukee. I'm just kidding. It's not actually gonna do that. We might. And we just. I really appreciate the effort that the folks at SondHub put in, but I really wish that they would modernize this just a little bit. And if you guys are listening right now, I would love to help you because this is such a great website with the predictor tool, but it's got a lot of issues that could be solved in about 20 seconds. There we go. So that's our flight prediction. So it should burst point should be right here. So it should take off, go east, and land somewhere south of Waukesha, closer to like Muskego. So, and this isn't exactly perfect. It's just a general idea, but basically the same as every other launch that we do. It's going to end up either in Milwaukee, up by Green Bay, or in the lake. So that's why we can't launch the camera from here because it's just going to end up there. That's why we got to go west when we do that. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be about it for me. I didn't even plan on doing this tonight, so but I'm here, so and I probably will be until 4 o'clock in the morning again because that's how we do it here. But anyway, thanks for being here. I will probably not even build this. I was gonna pull this apart, but I'm not going to. That's what we can do tomorrow. I've got 100 feet of the really good Flexzilla 3/8 hose coming, and that's what's on my other filler, and it's so much better. Like it does get dirty, but it's better than this generic stuff. Um, it really it doesn't tangle and it coils up and it's lighter. It's just a lot nicer to work with. So we're gonna make like 5 of these tomorrow. I've got the PVC pipe and everything. Um, it's basically just the PVC pipe glued into the adapter there. So what we'll just simply do is make a couple of these because we're gonna need one for Zach and Aiden, and then I want a spare. I don't really know if I want to sink the money into making spares for everybody because then you're just taking up people's space in their vehicles. But if we've got one for here, one for each car, and then one spare floating around, we're fine. Because I mean, hell, these are easily doable. And if this were to break, you could still fill the big balloons with this. You would just have to use like a bunch of rubber bands, or I mean, you'd have to be creative, but you could do it. So we'll make a bunch of these, and then we'll make a bunch of just like virgin tubes that don't have anything on them, like that, for the small balloons. And that'll be it. The only thing that I don't have, but I kind of can't do anything about that, is this regulator. So these are nice. These are tank pressure. Those are tank pressure to 80 psi. So that goes on the tank, and then that goes on the hose. I need more of these. I gotta order them. That way we don't have to set a regulator. It's just one piece. Don't touch it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna go get dinner, which I don't know, and clean this up, and that's gonna be it. So, have a good night, everybody, and thanks for being here.